I'm guessing that you're smiling for the reason that we're not going to waste any time here, because I got a notification last night online that you posted this. You said, I feel like you said you're probably going to get kicked off TV today because Brunson, Randall, and the Knicks, they just kicked the defending champs behind tonight. I can't wait. Carry the hell on.
And guess what? I actually typed that tweet out myself, no ghostwriting.
Oh, wait. Yeah. The Knicks have dominated, as you mentioned, Shanae, in January, outscoring opponents by 194 points in 13 games. That is New York's best scoring differential over a 13-game span since 1969-70 season, when what happened? Oh, yeah, the team won a title. So, Kendrick Perkins, I hear that you spy something.
I'm Kendrick Perkins, better known as Big Perk, and nothing gets past me. Freeze! Just when you thought it did get past me, there I am. I spy a problem. I spy it all. Carry the hell on. Should I say happy Friday because I'm full of joy? You know who else was full of joy? You know who's happy? I haven't seen this man this happy since Tony the Tiger was an alley cat. And that's Tom Thibodeau. Look at this clip right here. Look at it. Look at it. Now, yesterday, check this out. My girl Shanae asked for this, a signature win. Jalen Brunson, the Knicks, and she got just that, right?
Okay.
In great fashion. But here it go right here. In December, the Knicks were giving up 124 points a game. Since they got OG Anunoby, they are giving up under 100 points at 99.8. That is a 25-point difference, okay? 26-piece wing dinner last night. I mean, if the Knicks didn't make you a believer last night, then I don't know what will.
Oh, look who had to come.
Well, damn it, do I look like I believe yet? Let me tell you something, Big Perk. See, it's people like you, Perk, that's a problem. You didn't know I was going to be on the show today, did you? You didn't know I was going to be here. But here I am, Big Perk. By the way, the iSpy, I absolutely love it. I don't know who came up with the idea. It's a great one, even though I can't see you sneaking up on anybody with your big ass self. But that's a different subject for another day. Here's the reality of the situation. Everybody knows I bleed orange and blue, baby. Jalen Brunson has been balling, an all-star, averaging 28 a game since OG arrived. Julius Randle went from 23 to 25 since OG arrived. A defense that was ranked 20th in defensive ranking is now #1 since OG Anunoby has become a New York Knick. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the way that they look. I'm very, very happy about that. But there are a couple of things that I'm going to ask for caution on. #1 is you still need a playmaker to replace Emmanuel Quickly, who's now in Toronto, to spearhead that second unit so you don't run Jalen Brunson into the ground. And my last point is this, Big Perk, Shanae, Malika, remember when the New York Knicks made this deal, I knew they would be better overall. I knew they would be better defensively. But what was my #1 concern? Tom Thibodeau, who is a great coach, no doubt, was going to run them into the ground. Since OG has arrived, what has happened? The New York Knicks bench ranks dead last. Dead last. You're running the bench, you're running the starters into the ground, and my concern is, come playoff time, your legs are going to be compromised because Tom Thibodeau did not use his bench. I told y'all that's what I was concerned about, and sure enough, the stats show that that is a primary concern.
You are not about to ruin this moment.
Thank you.
You are not about to ruin this moment.
It's a good
And
day.
look, here's the thing, right? Tom Thibodeau running them into the ground, or his history says that, right? It's a combination of both, right? The minutes and the practice time. We don't know what they're doing behind the scenes. Tom Thibodeau may be giving guys days off. They might not be practicing as much, Stephen A. But here's the thing. Here's the thing that I need you to realize for a minute. When I look at this Knicks team, and I look at them adding OG Anunoby, right? And I see the most important position in today's game is what? The wing position. They got that right now. They filled that void. Right now, I've been preaching
defensively.
Okay, he had 26 last night. I've been preaching. So What you mean, so what?
That's not him every day.
Listen,
let's deal with normalcy.
Okay,
That's not what his game.
Okay, we can, but his impact defensively is so great. It's reasons why teams were willing to give the Toronto Raptors a Drew Holiday type package, because that's what he brings to a team. And so when you think about what you have to face in order to get out of the Eastern Conference, you have to go against a Jason Tatum. You have to go against a Giannis Antetokounmpo, who is a wing / power forward. And we saw.
What?
Oh, here we go.
You know what? This is really, really nice. I mean, this is really, really nice for you to sit up here on national television and act like you care as much about the Knicks as I do. You're just sitting there being a basketball analyst, the pro that you are, and highlighting the positives, which I appreciate. I appreciate the fact that OG Anunoby is an elite defender, that he has elevated the Knicks to being an elite defensive team again, that he has literally facilitated Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle being more potent offensively, because he's a dude that could be out there in the starting five, and he doesn't require the ball as much as other people would. But in the end, you know as well as I do, don't bring me some off day with Tom Thibodeau and giving dudes a day off, letting them go out to lunch breaks with Big Perk and stuff like that. That's nonsense. That's nonsense. I'm worried.
There's no reason to be worried. The question right here is, could this season actually be the Knicks' year? I'm saying it's going to be their next few years. They're building something that is real.
Of the year? I'm sorry.
Making it to the conference finals. They have the pieces. They have the pieces.
I thought when you played, you chilling in L.A. You chilling in the sunshine, Southern California, Palm Beach, nice weather. Have you been in New York suffering for decades? That wouldn't be you, Sinead.
You know what?
That wouldn't be you.
You know
we
what?
have the ones that have been suffering.
You know what?
We are the ones that have been suffering.
You know what the problem I have right now, and you should be ashamed of yourself, is that you are one of, if not the hardest working individuals in the game today, in the media space.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Don't start. Don't you start. Hardest working. And you're not appreciating hard work.
Because he's had his heart broken.
No. Let me tell you what his problem is. Let me tell you what SA problem is. He's so busy caught up in the buyer's market, then he's forgetting about the building, right? Like, you want to go buy, right? You want to go buy a superstar.
Didn't go there.
You don't want to appreciate
that
your team, your organization is actually building.
And they're building the right way.
They're building the right way.
However, we have to appreciate that Stephen A. I mean, the Knicks haven't won a title since he was 6 years old. So that's where he's coming from, right? And Perk, you've talked about Jalen Brunson as being a 1A. Stephen A. is not there yet. Stephen A. has not said yet that he sees Jalen Brunson as a 1A of this team. The Knicks point guard, he's not going to be a starter for the All-Star game. The main reason why, he actually came in 5th in the fan vote. So Stephen A., how does that sit with you?
Perfectly fine. He's an all-star. He's an all-star caliber player. Listen, Jalen Brunson is a star in this league. He has been absolutely sensational for the New York Knicks. I really appreciate it. But I have a vote.
No, we have votes too, and we both voted for Brunson to be an all-star starter. I mean, what he's been able to do to the numbers, the significance of his numbers is so impressive. And then also, if you think about the big scheme of this thing, like the Knicks, they may not need another 1A. That's correct, right? They might just need more complementary pieces. And when I see this squad, he is a large reason for their success. They have not been able to find buyers, as Perk has said. They have had to build, and they've built around this guy, and it's worked. He should be a starter. We all voted for him as an all-star starter.
Oh my God!
Put me up with him. And my biggest point is when it comes,
y'all brought me on here to try to say this is sabotage. Let me tell y'all something right now, the two of you. Like I said, y'all ain't been suffering for decades. Jalen Brunson is a star and deserves all the credit in the world. But I'm sorry, this kid Halliburton, #1 offense, leading the league in assists, averaging double the amount of assists as Jalen Brunson. There's a reason the fans, the media, and the players all voted for Halliburton over Brunson. And oh, by the way, when I look at Donovan Mitchell, 28 a game, playing in Cleveland, I'm supposed to ignore that? I picked Halliburton over Brunson at the point guard spot. You trying to tell me there's something wrong with that?
No, there's something wrong with you, and there's something wrong with the Knicks fan base.
Thank you.
And there's something wrong with the organization.
Please.
Hold on. You stay right there. You stay right there. You fix your body language.
I'm staying right here.
Here's the problem. I voted for Tyrese Halliburton as one of my guards.
Same.
I also voted for Jalen Brunson.
Same.
You know what the problem is that you are a prime example, along with the organization, of not promoting this man of what he is. When you talk about putting up the numbers with the best of them, when you talk about his production, I should go to New York and land and walk through LaGuardia or whatever airport and see
You
posters.
can't handle it.
And
You
see,
can't handle
and see
it.
posters
You
of
can't take the
Jalen
weather.
Brunson.
You
See,
wouldn't come to New York. You couldn't take the weather. You only want to come there when it's warm and sunshine. You ain't going to handle the way. You ain't suffer the way New York Knicks fans have suffered. How dare the two of you sit up here, the gall, the unmitigated gall, to sit on national television and talk about New York Knicks fans this way. How much we've suffered? You got to be crazy.
You know we
I'm sorry,
became
Janae.
friends,
I
Stephen
apologize.
A.
A lady is speaking. My apologies.
Thank
Go
you,
ahead.
sir. I lived in Connecticut for 5 years. I know what the cold is like, okay? But the reality is the fans voted more for Dame Lillard than they did for Jalen Brunson. And Knicks fans, their hate is loud.
That's
their
not right.
love was much quieter. And they should have voted loudly for Brunson because he deserved
The
All-Star
organization
I voted for Brunson over
should have promoted
Dame.
him.
I voted for Brunson over Dame. I just put him behind Halliburton and Donovan Mitchell because Donovan Mitchell's a two guard, Halliburton's a point guard, Jalen Brunson's a point guard. That's what I did.
Stephen A., do you think that this is the New York Knicks year to make it back to the conference finals?
I think the New York Knicks can make it to the conference finals. Yes, I do. But here's the inconsistency, Malika. How is Kendrick Perkins going to sit up there with a straight face and every chance he gets, he holds the Boston Celtics accountable, but they got the best record in basketball, but the New York Knicks, we haven't had a championship since 1973. It was before Kendrick Perkins was born, but he going to stick out his chest acting like he feels their pain.
I'll call you
nonsense.
later.
Don't you dare take that position.
I'll call you later.